Greetings and salutations. This is Gaby, your Chief Editing Officer. That's right, CEO. That's what it stands for. The episode you're about to listen to is entitled Bots. I don't remember recording it. It was a few weeks ago. I remember recording it. I don't remember everything we said. I even edited it some time ago. I'm sure it's about Johnny number 5 in the T-1000. Who knows? Who knows what it's about? Data? No, he's an android. Maybe that's our discussion. Bots versus androids. Anyway, it was before our smash hit section of our podcast, Armadillo Facts. So I thought I'd get you up to speed on an armadillo fact that you may be unaware of that you might need in life. Deep in South America's rainforest, the giant armadillo, that would be the Periodontus maximus, tops the land mammal tooth count at 74 teeth. 74! That may not seem wildly impressive, but it's high for mammals. Actually, the highest for land mammals, who are actually some of the least toothy creatures. That's right. That's 7 times more teeth than most people around this area have. Now, coincidentally, I do have to go to a dentist appointment. My appointment's at Tooth Hurty.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Go.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is are you sipping? Gin and juice? This is a podcast about board games and other things. This is Jerry, your star.
This is Gaby, your primary host.
Best star at the North Star. I got an award at work one time that was entitled the North Star. It was an award that we had at this company, and the North Star was the person that was supposed to be emulating the qualities of the company, thus guiding everybody else.
A beacon to guide them in.
Of light.
Follow me in my ways.
Yes.
Well, they thought that was you.
Do as I do. And as I say.
Uh-huh.
And it was probably one of the greatest honors I've ever had.
Really?
That and the time that I got that Amazon gift card. I did a survey and it got like a $30 Amazon gift card, and I bought vitamins with it. Are you looking up facts for the banter?
Hold on.
Okay, keep at it, because I have emails I wanted to read.
Oh, okay. I just seen one.
No.
It just came in.
I know, it just came in. It's
okay.
hot.
It's hot. The presents.
I'd like to talk... Wait.
All right, go ahead.
Send us emails to boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. You hear my eyes?
Yes.
That's because I'm laid back. You know, because I'm drinking...
Is money on your mind, or is mind on your money?
Both. Jack
are you investing in AMC? I hear that's a hot stock right now.
Enrique tells me to. Enrique, if you're listening to this, we're recording the first part of February. This is after Enrique successfully crashed the stock market. Because apparently he's on Reddit, and apparently I'm pretty sure he had something to do with AMC and GameStop.
He's a big GameStopper.
They have his picture up on the wall at GameStop. Like the sleeveless wonder that
He's their North Star.
He is their North Star. He's exactly what GameStop looks for in a customer. Little discernment and disposable income.
Oh, yes.
And he reeks of nacho cheese. I don't
Chicken
know if everybody
nuggets.
on the podcast realizes this, but Enrique has not only a distinct look,
A distinct smell?
a distinct smell,
Chicken nuggets and nacho cheese.
pretty much.
And Axe body spray.
He still uses it. I'm not hating on him. It's very delightful to be around somebody
That's our boy.
who is laid back and
With nothing on his mind.
fancy free. I guess
Must
you
be
could say.
nice.
It must be nice. So, anyways, let me get to the emails here. Do you have No, let's do the emails first.
You said, your words were before I fired up, you said, follow me. So I'm just doing whatever.
Okay, let's see here. I mean, let's go through
I
this.
was going to discuss about how Spanish is sending emails now, but go ahead.
Hang on that. That sounded riveting. Let's see. Mason Pierce, is that the email that you were previously referring to? The success... I assume this is how Mason sounds like. The successful Kickstarter launch of a game designed by Mr. Dan Hughes got me thinking, If the Snobs were to design a board game, what would the theme be? I, for one, would love to play a whiskey and Walmart themed game. Mason.
Mm-hmm.
What would
I actually thought up. I don't know. I was actually, when I was sitting on the toilet yesterday,
sitting on the toilet
where all great ideas occurred. 1.21 gigawatts.
Go ahead.
I thought of a board game.
And?
I can't tell you.
No, don't tell nobody because they'll steal
you.
it. They'll steal it. Dan will steal it. Dan is
heavily inspired by
Gobby's flux capacitor.
No, I did. I thought of a game because there's. Can I say? I kind of want to say because I'm never going to actually
say
do it.
No, because you'll tell me offline.
I'll tell you,
and then I'll
offline.
berate you for your poor
that's
idea.
good.
And I'll take it and then I'll use it.
It involves a string and some spring.
String and springs. And markers.
Yes.
I'm riveted.
You should be.
I've used riveted twice so far in this podcast, haven't I?
I think that's because you're inebriated more than riveted.
Mr. Pierce, I also have a board game idea. The theme of it is interesting. It's of a very popular IP, and I can't talk about it. Because one of these days, I'm finally going to take the time and design it right. Let's see. Bill Jazzer says, quick thank you note for another great show. Dan was funny as heck. Core Quest looks amazing. Core Quest, by the time this gets released, Core Quest will have already probably funded. It's already funded.
Dan is a multi-thousandaire by now.
Yeah. No, they don't use dollars. They use quid. What do they use? Sterling silver? What do they have over there in Britain?
I don't know. It's just like bags of coins they toss at each other.
How much for the Core Quest? Oh.
Three gold whatevers.
Take me to
Sestertia.
Take me to Huddersfield, sir. How many? No. Okay. Yeah, Dan was on the show previously. I was feeling ill and wasn't at my best during that episode. I gave a subpar episode.
You did.
And I would like to apologize.
I like you at your best.
I am at my best, but when I am at work, number one, no, that's not correct.
You don't have to tell about your personal business.
My personal business is just that. It's my personal.
That's right.
But I had stuff going on.
Right.
I'm recovered.
You finally took some Miralax and you're cleared out.
I got my second COVID shot. I am completely COVID resistant, at least to 90%. I'm licking doorknobs and going about my business. Yes, science.
We're signed up.
Bill Nye. What?
We're signed up.
To get what? The vaccine?
The vaccine.
Don't do it because they microchip you. Ever since I got vaccinated.
What's wrong with that helicopter's doing outside?
Everywhere I go, like my Alexa knows. It's weird. Every time I get on YouTube.
Oh, that's how they track you. It's an Alexa knows.
That's how they do it.
Here's a prosthetic, sir.
Put this in. I'm weird.
Alexa, where's Jerry? She knows.
I'm pretty sure. Did you see Bezos step down? He's no longer the CFO.
And does that not seem suspicious? Yeah. Should we expect some sort of allegations to be flying his way here soon?
If you were the richest man ever, would you not want to step down?
He just got. Is he butthurt because Elon Musk Husk of a Musk?
Elon Musk. There's a man that smells good.
Musk.
Yes. He doesn't smell like nachos.
He's like got $100 billion just this last year. He's the richest man, or at least he was like 2 days ago.
He smells like technical advancement and good whiskey, I bet.
And snobbery. He's also kind of crazy, right?
He's not. He's eccentric. You can be eccentric and not crazy. Do you know what that means? Eccentric.
But you also can be a douche, right?
You can, by definition.
Didn't he like not believe in the whole kind of mask wearing and COVID and all that?
I don't know.
That's what Bill Gates said. Here we go, chewing ice in the microphone. We're back.
Can I not choose some ice?
You can.
There's nothing wrong with me choosing some ice.
But yeah, no, the other guy, oh my God, Bezos,
Jeff. Oh, that reminds me, Jeffrey Engelstein, the designer. Engelstein, you know who we're talking about?
Yes.
Who he designed Pitch Car? I really like that game. Do you still have that?
It's in your house.
It's not in my house. I don't have Pitch Car.
Oh no, I think we sold it.
We sold it?
I think so.
Surely not. I like that
I've
game.
lost track. Between games that we have that we need to sell, but we can't because you have to ship it online and it's cheaper to do it at BGG, and I don't know what we're holding on to. We may still have it. It may be in a... what's those things? One of those rent a garage things.
Storage
unit.
Storage Wars.
Storage.
Somebody opens up a Storage Wars and it's just a bunch of old board games. What is this that you've made me?
It's just Jack and Coke.
You have made me wonderful. All right, so...
Stop. Well, you need to stop putting it down so heavily because it reverberates the springs in the microphone.
If I put it down, I'm picking it up. Do you have another email you want to read? Thank you, Bill Jazzer, for sending us an email, as well as Mr. Mason Pierce, as well as, let's see, Andrew Maloney. I didn't get to respond to him. I've been terrible in terms of responding to emails. Mr. Andrew Maloney.
I'm trying. I just, it's just hard to keep up. Yes, I have one.
All right, tell me.
Spinach can send emails. Did you know that?
Like spinach, like Popeye?
Uh-huh.
Popeye spinach? Well, how does it send email?
Scientists have taught spinach to send emails when they detect landmines. Okay, that's a whole different one than the one I was reading.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about the plant?
Yes.
How does it send emails?
Well, it doesn't really, but it's whenever the leaves of the spinach. Hold on, before I start getting crazy. Says the findings are still mind blowing. Is that because it's talking about detecting mines?
That's a great pun.
Spinach is able to detect a compound and then transmit this information to humans, but the actual email, quote unquote, is kind of just a technicality, the way to get the information from point A to point B. This is a novel demonstration of how we can overcome the plant-human communication barrier. Anyway, somehow like the plant detects something in the soil and sets off these transmitters in the spinach and it sends it somewhere.
There's a plant-human communication barrier? Is that why I don't like the Kardashians? That joke doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. It did in my head. Go ahead.
I was thinking more of poison ivy.
Oh, that would have been a better one.
Swamp thing.
Swamp Thing. Does anybody remember Swamp Thing?
I just said it, so I do.
I know, but like the old Swamp Thing.
No, probably not. I mean,
so here's my thing. Right after Swamp Thing would come on television, there was another superhero that I really liked called the Mantis. Did you ever watch the Mantis?
you were going real far back.
Okay, well, no, not too far back. It's 90s. The Mantis was this gentleman that was in a wheelchair. And so everybody, of course, thought he couldn't be a superhero. But he had created a suit that allowed him to walk. And he would shoot darts that would paralyze people. So that way he didn't kill anybody. So he's just going around knocking, paralyze like a mantis.
So he's got like Batman type sensibilities. He doesn't want to hurt nobody.
Right.
Unless you're Ben Affleck.
It was Ben Affleck Batman's not my Batman. I'm looking forward for
Not my Batman.
R-Pat. That's my Batman right there.
He looks darker than Ben Affleck.
I'm ready. I like that he did the blackness under the eyes.
Got some eyeliner.
Got the eyeliner going on.
Goth Bat.
Nothing wrong with that.
Emo Bat.
Goth Bat. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, isn't Batman already super emotional? That's why he's Batman. He's sad.
His parents died.
Those pearls hit the pavement.
They got shot. Those pearls keep hitting the pavement.
They keep hitting that pavement.
And the thing is, no matter what he does, he'll never stop those pearls hitting the pavement. So he's always
he can't go back in time.
Slightly, because he doesn't have flux capacitor.
Or he's not the Flash that can use the Speed Force and go back in time. He is friends with the Flash. Sitting back, but the Flash knows you can't prevent your parents from dying because it alters everything. There's thus Flashpoint. Thus, the universes get all messed up, and you just can't go back and change certain things.
Okay, I'm glad you brought all this up because I know you're a huge Marvel fan. You love the Marvel
or DC.
Yes, that's what I said. AC/DC.
I'm more of an alternating current type of guy.
Nicholas
Tesla.
I decided to kind of catch up so I could be a part of your life, and so I got on YouTube because I can't stand to watch these asinine movies. And I watched part of the Batman v Superman thing, and I saw that.
Why did you choose like the worst movie ever to watch?
Okay, well, I watched that briefly, where the Flash Man comes back.
Martha.
And yes, that threw me off. So Martha's his mom, and they both moms share the same. I wanted to try that. If you're ever getting
Just guess the person that's beating
yes,
his
if
name.
you're ever losing a pugilistic endeavor, just there's your mother, and think to yourself, what do you think the mom could be named? Nancy. And if that's correct, you're saved.
Evander would still have his ear.
Oh,
If he had knew Mike's mom's name.
Mrs. Tyson, how did you know? Boy, that brings back memories. Mm-hmm. That was very irritating.
Sounds low-hanging fruit.
Oh, but I had to get it. A lobe hanging fruit.
Don't hit that.
Follow me on Gmail at boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. Anyways, where was I? Oh, so I decided to watch the
Loma Smith. Loma. That was Mike Tyson's mom.
Oh, Loba. Nobody knows what we're talking about because nobody watches that fight. I watched the Marvel Endgame thing with Downey Jr. That's very emotional. So let me explain to you what I think happened, because I just watched it from YouTube clips. So they were all after the Splendor Jewels, and he got them.
Right.
Robert Downey Jr. won the Marvel Splendor, and then he snapped. And that snap causes energies to come out of these jewels, because that's what they do.
His bejeweled glove.
Bejewels the one glove. And that caused everybody to dust up. Like, everybody just started dying. And it was only the bad people, I guess. But you can't do that and be human. So that's what killed him. Spoilers. So Robert Downey Jr. died. And I liked that as he was dying, like they ran everybody. Everybody came and cried.
Actually, the people that he killed, the invaders, they were mostly like aliens.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, they could have been good people.
Yeah, I don't know. He just
So
kind of like
Pepper showed up. And she was like crying, and then Spider-Man showed up, and then Captain America, and they cried, and that's how the show ended. So I have to say, as somebody who doesn't watch Marvel, I've watched Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 and 30 minutes of Iron Man 3. It was very emotional, this Iron Man 4 Marvel Endgame.
it was. You should have been there.
I was not there. I'm behind. But that just makes me be a little more understanding about the movies you like. And I understand now. That was a good movie. It's like 20 minutes of it.
You know what I find? Like Avengers Endgame, I like put it in probably my top 5 movies of all time now.
They had to go back in time to do all that, though.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were in the moment. It was like, we have to go back. I'm not sure how they went back in time. I didn't get to that part. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter, because if you can go back in time, you can kind of write your own ticket.
Batman should have said, "Hey,
Ticket in time.
while you're back there, if you see some pearls dropping,
Martha."
try and stop that."
Poor Batman. Batman's probably one of my favorite superheroes.
God, he's everybody's favorite superhero.
I think it's because we've all been there. We've all had that pearl drop moment of something devastating happened to us. And we go, if I could just put on some latex and punch people, it would be so much better.
And relieve all my stresses and anxieties.
And it does for him. Plus, he's a billionaire.
That helps. That would help me.
And he drives a cool car.
Yeah, you know what helps
And he has
alleviate?
a butler.
You know what helps alleviate this pain? $1 billion.
If I was going to recast Batman, out of people I know, normal people, obviously I'd be Batman.
Thank you. Oh,
I'd obviously be Batman.
but I have the chins for it.
You could be my Robin. And Dan Hughes could be Alfred.
He's got the voice.
And Mike DeLucia would obviously be Two-Face.
Toe-Face.
Toe-Face. Oh, he's after everybody's toes. Oh, yeah, he's... there you go. And then who else would be the other evil people?
Lots of toe puns every time he does something.
The Riddler would be that Tom guy.
Something's afoot. I'm feeling terrific. As he tosses like a toe-shaped bomb towards somebody. And
You
then-
best run.
Then referencing his OnlyFans account.
Something's afoot. Oh, stop talking about Mike DeLis's toes. Let's move on to our main topic, which is something that I want to talk to you about, which is regarding games that irritate me because they purport to be 2 players, but in fact, they're lies. Where are my glasses? Did I already take my? I already took my glasses off.
They're in front of you.
I already took my glasses off in preparation of closing my eyes.
Well, hold on, because I need to go refill.
Of what? Here, get me one too.
No!
I'll talk while you're gone.
I'm sure you will.
I'll talk while you're gone. So, to set up this topic, it's games that say they're either 2 to 4 player, but in reality, the 2 player requires a little more effort in terms of being able to play the game at 2 player. It requires you to either have a dummy player or something of that nature. Some sort of rules adjustment that makes the game playable at 2 players. And to set this up, I made the mistake, and I will call it a mistake, of trying to play the new game Dune Imperium, which is made by, let me put my glasses back on, I think it's Legendary. Dune Imperium. So Dune Imperium is supposedly a 2 to 4 or a 1 to 4 player game. To play it solo, you have to utilize 2 dummy players, which is very easy to do. You simply just flip a card over and do what it says in terms of worker placement. But even at 2 players, you still have to utilize this dummy player because Dune Imperium is really a 3-player game.
Yes.
Okay, so that irritates me. So our review of Dune Imperium, this is not a review because we're not reviewers, and 2,
Didn't finish it.
we didn't finish it because I don't want to play this game and have a bad taste in my mouth unless I get to play it with 3 or 4 players.
Because the bot or the AI or the dummy player, whatever you want to call it, slightly overpowered in the combat department.
A little bit, just like me. Pugilistic skills plus
You
3.
keep using pugilistic.
Oh, that is because of one of my
Do
favorite.
you drive a Peugeot? Do they still make those?
I don't know what that is.
You've never heard of a Peugeot?
A Peugeot? It sounds like a French vehicle.
Peugot.
It sounds like a French vehicle. Explain.
I just know it's a Peugeot.
A Peugeot?
Yes.
It sounds like a French love bug.
You're very. Let's see. Peugeot cars. Peugeot is a French automotive manufacturer.
It's like Fiat.
You nailed it. Peugeot.
Peugeot. Anyways, Dune Imperium. What was I saying? Something.
We don't like the dummy player. Also, we kept forgetting.
Oh, pugilistic. That's what
I kept forgetting, and he was the pugilistic skills of the dummy outweighed us on a regular basis, and it's like I got tired of trying to remember. Oh yeah, it's the dummy's turn. I don't like the term dummy.
I don't like the term dummy either because this guy was
He was
smart.
very good.
He was really good. Pugilism is fighting, and I know that because one of my favorite RPGs.
You're doing like the Notre Dame Irish guy right now.
Because I am Irish. I'm 75% Irish. Plus, I'm drinking Jack Daniels. That has nothing to do with this. Anachrony, not the board game, but Anachronism, which is the RPG PC game. There is a line in that. I remember many years ago where the guy talks about his pugilistic skills. And I remember thinking, what in the world is that? And I looked it up, and that has stayed with me for 20-some-odd years. That game's like 20 years old. So pugilism is how good you fight.
The art of pugilism.
Yes, the art of pugilism. In Dune, there is sort of fighting, but it's like Euro fighting. Like the type of fighting that they do in Huddersfield. Like
Fist up.
You're moving...
Chalio.
You're moving cubes around into a garrison and then moving them out to a certain spot on the board. And then whoever has the most cubes, of course, wins the benefit for that round. Dune Imperium is a worker placement game that in my mind, kind of emulates underwater cities. In the idea that you have a hand of cards, similar to deck building. You can either play this card and use the symbol on this card to place a worker out on the board, or after you're done placing all the workers, the cards that are left in your hand, you then get the benefit of those cards, which is generally the influence or the money, allowing you to buy more cards.
Right.
I love the
Or combat.
I love the mechanism of the game.
Deck building.
I don't like it solo.
No.
Don't like it solo. I don't like it 2-player, and I don't want to give a review of the game because so far right now we haven't played it 3 players, and that's really where I think it's at.
And the theme is pointless. It could have been anything.
The artwork's nice. It's got the clip art, or not really clip art. It's not clip art. It's the
They saw the pictures of the coming movie, and they're like, hey, I can draw that.
Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
That's what I said.
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
I bet he drives a Peugeot.
He probably does.
Timothy Chalamet.
I loved him in The King. So Dune Imperium. Hold off on a review of that, but if it's solo, I don't recommend it because I've played it several times solo. I don't know why everybody's raving about it solo. It's not a 2-player game.
Solo, I should be doing the majority of moves. In the solo of this, you're operating the robots more than you're doing yourself.
There's 2 robots. Multiple robots.
They're taking over.
Who can deal with multiple robots?
Not John O'Connor.
Not iRobot. Nobody. Nobody likes multiple robots. Well,
Let me see.
I'm trying to think of
There's some
somebody
good
who likes
robots.
robots. I could think of nobody.
What's a good robot? Johnny Five?
R2-D2.
Those are droids.
What's the difference between a droid and a robot?
Good question.
I think,
Ask George.
if I had to think about
Droid
this,
better.
a droid is
Iron Man reference.
somebody who has personality. Or a
Or is
robot.
it drone better? Drone better. Droid better. I don't remember.
A robot's just like a machine that just does something automatically.
A droid is like Data. He's a droid.
He's an android, like
So-
the phone.
so is
He's Samsung.
What's the difference? Droid is from Android.
Right.
George just took off the first 2 letters and thought he made something.
Gotcha.
But androids have been around since Asimov.
Next my game is going to be roids. Just really buff robots.
Oh.
Johnny number 85.
Or they have some rectal problems.
I got that. Roids. I like that a lot. Hemorrhoids. So would those all be male droids that have hemorrhoid problems? I do not know. Anyways, we need to get off this topic because Dune Imperium, I don't suggest it for 1 player. I don't suggest a 2-player. I'll hold back.
We don't know.
We just don't know.
Who's
Dune
to know?
Imperium.
Who can
Question
say?
mark.
Who can say?
Who could say?
Not us.
Not me. Why are we talking about something? Why did we start this off to talk about a game?
Let's discuss something we have no idea about.
That's every episode.
Although, good Lord, your vibrations on your phone are
That's
ridiculous.
good vibrations. People are calling me to tell me.
Good vibrations.
Bop, bop, bop. Is that the Beach Boys?
Yes.
I don't like
That's
them.
like their #1 song of all time.
I thought
and
that-
it should be. Ba, 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 ba.
Baran.
No. You wait. Ba, 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 Baran. Ba, 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 Baran. We need a third person. Ba, Baran. Just take my hand.
See, we sound good. I guarantee you we sound better than them. Fun fact, I saw the Beach Boys get into a limo at Six Flags over Texas
What
20 years ago.
That was the same one I went to.
What?
I saw my first concert is the Beach Boys with John Stamos at Six Flags.
Are you kidding me?
No, I was like a teenager.
We were at Six Flags
That was it.
the same time. I don't believe that.
Stop your good vibrations.
I'm sorry, my phone keeps ringing. It's ringing off the chart. People want me. I'm gonna have to hang up on them. People keep telling me.
Put it off the table. That way it doesn't brush.
Oh, that's a good idea. People hear that.
So, yes, that was my first concert was the Beach Boys with a guest drummer, John Stamos.
No, that's John Stamos, Full House John Stamos.
Full House John Stamos.
Yes.
Pre-Rebecca Romaine.
She's in jail now.
What?
Wait a minute. Who's Rebecca Romaine?
I don't know. She makes a good salad.
But I thought that was his TV wife on Full House.
No, that's Lori Loughlin.
Lori Loughlin I think she went to jail.
She went to jail
because of the kid in college.
They lied about their kids.
You can't do that to get into college.
Don't lie about your kids.
Don't lie about your kids.
You're rich. You're already rich.
They don't need a college education.
Greed.
Your kids don't need to get into Yale.
Just like the Wall Street AMC GameStop guys.
I hate those.
Greed is good, some say.
Who says?
Michael Douglas.
John Stamos?
No, wait. But seriously, what was your first concert you ever went to? Email us your first concert you went to. Mine, okay, the number one, Beach Boys with John Stamos as a guest drummer at Six Flags. That's probably not the greatest concert, but I was a teenager. I thought, that's super cool. My second concert, a 90s band, now defunct, but had the son of a very famous musician, the Wallflowers.
Ooh.
Saw them in Arkansas at Fayetteville at the college. One headlight.
I have been to
boardgamesnobs at Gmail. Email us your first concert.
I have been to 1.5 concerts. Mm-hmm. So the 0.5 was where I stood outside a bar where Sister Hazel was playing. That was nice to hear from a distance. But my first and only concert I've ever been to is to an artist for which I have no desire to ever hear. It was just purely out of boredom and helping and being a wingman. I was...
Sheer boredom, part of the Gateway Network.
Oh, yeah, sheer boredom. He's a good guy, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
He cuts hair.
I believe so.
I think so. I should probably listen more.
Boredom, spelled board like board game.
Oh. I was being a good wingman. Buddy of mine was dating somebody. I went with him, and we went to... Are you ready for this?
Like
country singer...
Merle Haggard.
Pause for effect.
Conway Twitty.
Neil McCoy.
Oh.
It was not bad.
The real McCoy.
The real McCoy. He wore jeans that would kill regular men. They were so tight.
Apparently you've never seen Garth Brooks in concert with his tight jeans.
Ran off the stage.
Boots with the fur.
Boots with the fur. Apple bottoms. Applebee's. Not as good as Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Jeff Bezos. And we're back.
And here we are again. I'm telling you right now, Jeffs of the world, we just don't need any more of them. Stop naming your kid Jeff.
Speaking of dummy players.
Okay, Jeff.
No. That's not where I meant.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Jeff, I did not mean that. It just, we were talking about Dune Imperium. It just.
From here on out.
Merged.
All dummy players shall be named
El Jefe.
Jeff. They shall be named Jeff.
Literally right after we get playing Dune, Jerry's like, all right, I want to play another game. I thought it was a two-player game. It's a DeVere Games. DeVere very kindly sends us a copy of Papua.
Papau? I don't know. Papua.
A dice rolling placement game. Guess what?
It's 2 players, but I will not play a 2-player game.
Guess what?
That has rules different.
Requires a third dummy player.
Some weird thing. I had to make some bot, and I'm not doing it.
Not going to do it.
I'm not playing with
robots. We
robots.
don't do bots here.
I want to play with robots.
Much like the cantina in Tatooine.
We don't serve your kind here.
Serve your kind here.
I like how they're
Does that make you a droidist?
Yes. You're racist against droids, I guess. We don't
like bots.
We don't like droids.
We droid better.
We don't serve your kind here. That's a good one. That should be in a movie.
I think George already thought of it. And then we break. All right, let's actually play a legit 2-player game. I break out Shot and Totten
2
Part 2.
Shot and Totten 2.
Yeah, no.
It was a deuce.
Just a doozy of a toozy.
I like the original Shot and Totten.
Shot and Totten OG, good.
OG's good.
But Part 2, it just did nothing for me. No, don't do it. What it does different in that instead of the stones that you just fight over, it has slots in those stones for the amount of cards you can play. So some of those stones will require 4 cards. Some require 2. Then if the attacker, it's got an attacker and a defender. If you're attacking, let's say you're successful attacking, well, then you will flip that over to its damage side. Now it requires a second requirement. It's not just the rummy style of cards, it will be specific and like, okay, this one is like sum of, or this one is a run, or this one is the lowest amount. I don't know.
I don't like it.
We didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
We put it up. We started and did not. Actually, we got to Grand Austria. We started 3 games in a row, didn't finish any of them. 2, because it required bots. We don't like bots. Second, just didn't like the game. Shot and Totten.
These aren't the droids you're looking
Finally
for.
went back to an old classic.
Grand Austria Hotel, to be exact.
Can't go wrong.
Not the Motel 8.
Can't
the
go
Grand Austria Hotel.
Grand Austria Motel.
Which it went well.
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
It still has the frustrating, 2 things. One, it still frustrates me, the workers, how the in-game points score with them, because one player can really just get a good worker and then purchase said worker, and then that worker be particularly beneficial to them, which was the case with Tommy's turn. The staff. That, and I'm glad that you finally bought some upgraded tokens for them.
Got those off Etsy.
You bought little pieces of cake.
Oh, no, I didn't. I got them off actually, they have an Instagram. It's like BG Shop on Instagram.
Well, they're little bitty cakes, and little bitty strudels, and little bitty bottles of wine, and little bitty cups of coffee. And if you've played Grand Austria...
BGHQ Shop on Instagram.
Okay, BGHQ Shop on Instagram.
And I believe they have a store, and I bought these little pleasant little, like you said, little cake, little strudel, little coffee, little wine.
So, I can't tell the cubes apart when we play Grand Austria, because there's white, brown, black, red, and for some reason... Every time we play this game, that's like the most frustrating thing to me.
Is this coffee or strudel?
I don't know why. I just can't get that through my head. It's just something. This is the one upgrade that you've ever purchased that I approve of.
You're welcome.
And I thank you. I don't ever want to play Grand Austria again. It's just a broken game. How dare you? But
you don't like the staff members because that's kind of there you go. I say the staff members can be problematic in the fact that Jerry was stocking up his hotel. I mean, he had tenants galore.
No vacancies.
No vacancy. Well, he did have some. But I was like, Jerry's going to destroy me at this game. Well, I drew a card, or I fulfilled I gave some people some cake and strudel they like, and they're like, hey, have a staff member for free. That staff member gave me 15 points.
Which was insane.
Then I pleasured another person with some coffee and strudel.
As one does.
And they gave me 6 points.
Yeah.
So I earned 21 points just on some cards for doing something else. Not really strategically related. I just drew the cards.
I feel cheated.
I drew the cards. I like, oh yeah, I've got this accomplished, so I'm going to do that. But
my strudel was bringing all the boys to the yard, and I had a full hotel. I did everything right. You happen to score more points than me, and so I still love Grand Austria Hotel. I still love how quick it is to set up and play, and just the various little aspects of trying to manage your food stuff and your motel and
it's
your
a
guest.
It's a good 2-player game.
It's quick 2-player. I don't know if I'd like it. I don't really like it more than that.
It's one of those games that plays 2 to 4. It works well at 2, if not the best at 2. Because even at 4 players, you're not getting blocked or nothing. They increase the amount of dice that get rolled and all that stuff. So I like it 2-player because it's like back and forth, back and forth.
I do enjoy it. Well, that's all we have time for.
All right, that's going to do it for this show.
Email me, just me. Just send Jerry an email. Don't send Gabby an email.
Jerry at jerry.com.
boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. Just send us an email because you know you want to.
Tell us about your fondest memory of John Stamos, your first concert you went to. And, oh yeah, any games that have a bot that you think works well, because we will disagree.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.